What's good, everybody? MidMorningSol here, and we have finished one ending for Nicola, which was a pretty crappy ending. Not gonna go into details, but because my audio was messed up from the first 4 parts or 5 parts, I'm going to replay the beginning. Usually I would just go to the other choices, and I will do that for this playthrough, but yeah, I hate that my audio was messed up. So again, we're gonna go La Storia, which is the main storyline. Yeah, we don't have this yet. Bad ending. Finale. Alright. Like I said, we could rewatch it. I'm an idiot. I meant to say no. Hold up. God. Whoa. Oh gosh. Y'all forgive me. I thought it said watch, not skip in my head. No. Okay, let's watch it.
1925年9月25日第3期報告書記録者ブルローネ氏系ロベルト・デ・フェオブルローネ氏イタリア王国プッリャ州フォッチャ県に位置アドリア海に面する歴史ある交易都市であり観光業も盛ん。しかしその一方でブルローネはヨーロッパの裏口という別名で世界に知られた町でもある。ここは犯罪者の巣窟。闇取引が横行し毎夜多額の金が行き交う。不正と粛清抗争が絶えない危険地帯。正義はない。この町は暴力に侵されている。この町はマフィアに支配されている。ブルローネに救う犯罪組織は3つ。ファルツォーネファミリー。ブルローネの最大マフィア。奴らは古くからこの町を食い物にしてきた害虫だ。市、中央周辺など市内面積の約 60% を占めるファルチェ地区を支配している。組織を牛耳るのはダンテ・ファルツォーネ。先代の病死によりカポを引き継いだ若輩だが、性格は冷酷、冷徹。過去にはブルローネ中を巻き込んでの大規模な血の粛清を行った。ファルツォーネは血の掟を徹底する。純血主義を貫き排他的。組織のトップであるカポは代々世襲制。構成員は末端まで純イタリア系に限られ、ファルツォーネ家の血縁者以外が幹部として登用された例はない。そして今から約10年前、ファルツォーネの純血主義に反発した一派が組織から離反、後に独立。それがビスコンティ一家。市内南東のクレタ地区を支配下に置く。アメリカなど国外の新規顧客を積極的に開拓。芳醇な資金力をもとに急速に勢力を拡大。ギルバート・レッドフォード、ビスコンティの現ボス。特筆すべきは詳細と高いカリスマ性。金払いの良さから支配地区の市民にも強く支持されている。そしてブルローネに救う第3の組織、ラオ州。中華民国の黒社会で活動するリュウ・ファンフイ、いわゆる チャイニーズマフィアを親組織とし、
So
豊
how's
富な
that
資金援助を
translated
受け
to
ている。
Lao Shu, I wonder.
ラオ州は元来移民たちのコミュニティの一つに過ぎなかった。しかしある男の登場により組織化されると、ここブルローネに台頭するようになる。この男の素性はヤンという名前以外警察でさえ明らかにできていない。徹底した秘密主義か、他組織のカポと異なり
I have a
公
feeling
の場
that
にもほ
those
とんど姿を見
papers
せ
in
ることがな
Italian,
い。
if you
ラオ州は
translate
特
them,
に暴力、
you
抗
gonna
争を好
spoil
む
the
集団で
story.
あ
I
る。
don't know, I feel.
拠点を置くベレーノ地区の治安は近年
So it's
悪
best
化の
just
一
not
途をたど
to
ってい
do
る。
it.
他組織の支配地区に比べて圧倒的に犯罪発生率が高く、最も警戒が必要とされる。
遅くまで熱心だな、ロッピー。あまり根を詰めるのもよくねえぞ。
違います。俺はロベルトです。期日までまだ間がありますが、ローマのクエストゥーラに出す定期報告書を仕上げてしまおうかと。
Oh, he says Questura. Okay. So Questura, we can go over that. Wah. Oh, oops. QRF. There we go. Police headquarters. I didn't go over that last time.
例によって直属の上司であるあなたのサインが必要です。後で目を通してください。
それは構わねえけどな。
まだ何か？
まあ、ロッピー。お前は経歴からしてピッカピカのエリートじゃねえか。ここはただの腰掛けだろ。そんなにムキになるもんじゃねえぞ。
So they're saying that Robbie, he's going to go back to Rome or something, and they just told him to cool off in Berlone for now. So why is he getting himself involved with all this work? Interesting. I don't know why.
数年、早けりゃ来年にもローマに呼び戻されるだろうさ。
Yeah. So why did he come back? Yo.
ブルローネでの仕事はもっと気楽にやっちゃどうだ。
いいえ。あなた方はどうか知らないが、俺は正義を執行するため警察官になりました。
More and more I think this is bullshit, but okay, Roberto, justice. Yeah, let's go with that.
だというのに、この町は今も犯罪者どもが我が物顔で闊歩している。見過ごせるはずがないでしょう。
お前の正義を否定するわけじゃねえ。言ってることもわかるさ。けどな、ロッピー。俺たち警察はどうせマフィアに手出しできねえんだ。
それがおかしいとは思わないんですか？イタリア王国の管理下にある以上、法の定めに従うべきだ。
ああ、そうだな。この町が普通の町ならそうだろうさ。だが今でこそブルローネはこの国の支配下にあるが、古くは強国の領地でもあった町だ。
Papal state.
たとえ一国家だろうと、強国の息がかかった年
What
に
the deal
これ
with
それと文句を言え
Papal
るはず
state
も
was.
ねえ。
And I don't mean to be talking over Marco. Sorry.
これでいとも簡単に治外法権が完成だ。イタリア王国の法律なんてクソくらえってわけだな。自治体警察として便宜上ブルローネ死刑が置かれちゃいるが、この町じゃ 警察なんて無力なもんさ。マフィアに逆らえる奴はいねえ。ローマのクエスト裏だってブルローネに関しては腫れ物に触るような扱いだろう。お前がいくら真面目に報告を送ったって向こうは重たい腰を上げちゃくれねえぜ。
くそ。
そうだな。よそから来たお前にはまだ納得いかねえんだろうが、俺は老婆神からの忠告だ、ロベルト。お前には未来がある。死に急ぐな。
I still don't believe he died from the first ending I got. It's just me though. Feels strange looking at this room at the church again. Early morning sunlight filled the room. I yawned, stretching, and climbed out of bed to open the window. Autumn already. The sky was a vibrant blue. I felt the cool, crisp air on my skin as I took a deep breath. Okay. Mornings at the church were always busy, so I needed to get dressed quickly. No one's here yet. I wrapped my hands around my rosary and knelt to say my morning prayers. Thank you for your kindness in allowing us to greet the morning once again. May you guide us with your light and watch over us on this blessed day. Praying first thing was like saying good morning to our Father in heaven. Now then, time to get the place cleaned up. That was a loud ass stomp. I finished my prayer and stood up to fetch the cleaning supplies. I'd better get this place open as soon as I can. The elderly come in rather early to say their prayers. I should hurry. I wouldn't want to keep them waiting after all. Once the inside was clean, I moved to the backyard to rake the fallen leaves. If I can finish before breakfast, I might even get to help cook too. Ellen is in charge this morning, isn't she? I can't wait. As my thoughts drifted off to breakfast, I noticed a shadow in the graveyard. Oh. A man with a bouquet of white lilies stood in front of a grave. Isn't he Dante Falzone? He comes every Wednesday morning to lay flowers on this grave. All I know is that he's a mafia boss, and a ruthless one at that. Maybe it was the morning sun, but he's so beautiful. The air around him shimmered and drew my eyes to his. He's looking at me? Wait, was I just staring at him? I was staring at the Falzone's boss? He must have realized I've been watching him all this time. This is so embarrassing. Cheeks stinging, I closed my eyes. It was so rude of me to stare. He placed the bouquet up on the grave and slowly headed toward me. He's coming. He would need to cross through the yard where I was standing to get to the front. Should I say good morning to him? Yeah. Still. I'm this one stupid. Yeah, just say good morning. Good morning, Signor Falzone.
Oh.
He walked on by without even a look. I breathed a sigh of relief, knowing he had nothing to say to me. Another ordinary day, I suppose. I greeted people like this every day as a member of the church, but I've never had a real conversation. Well, he is Mafia. He's someone who lives in a world a normal person like myself would never experience. After seeing him off, I went over to the grave where he had just stood. I looked down to see the lilies he left there. That's fucking rude. The Falzone family grave. Here lies the boss of the Falzone family, together with his beloved wife. It was already breakfast time, and everyone was gathered in the dining hall. I don't know why I'm getting tongue-tied. The church offered food, shelter, and education to children in need. Even after reaching adulthood, some children decide to stay and help the sisters with their daily chores. Just like Elena and me. Yep.
我らの父よ、あなたの慈しみに感謝して、私たちは今日の食事をいただきます。ここに用意されたものを祝福し、私たちの心と体を支える今日の糧としてください。
Amen. With those final words from Sister Sophia, everyone began to eat. Huh? I noticed a boy sitting near me with his hands on his lap. Jean, what's the matter? Aren't you hungry?
そうじゃないけど。ジャンは来たばかりだから、ここでの食事にまだ慣れないの。好き嫌いしてるのよ。
ラウラだって、朝ごはんがコルネットやカプチーノだったらいいのにって言ってたじゃんか。
だって、その方が大人って感じがするもん。
Yeah, no, I still didn't look up what the heck a cornet was. Now, you two. Jean, you need to eat so you can grow up nice and strong. As for you, Laura, you'll need to work hard before you can afford such a fancy breakfast. You hear?
はーい。
Mind you, I bet you won't find soup half as good as what we have here, no matter where you go. The food Elena prepares is always delicious. Especially the minestra maritata, excuse me. That's the soup. Whatever. Elena, is it Groxy or Croxy? I think it's Croxy.
ありがとう、リリ
Or
ー。
Croce or whatever, I don't know. She never says her whole name. The soup today had a hint of cumin, and the biscotti she baked was light and sweet with a warm, gentle flavor.
私、あなたに食べてもらうのがとっても好きなの。いつもすごく美味しそうに食べてくれるんだもの。
Sure enough, a smile peeked through as I dipped my biscotti in the soup. I can't help myself. It's so good!
でも、お菓子作りはあなたの方がずっと上手よね。また教えてくれる？
You damn right I'm better at baking sweets. Of course, Elena. We were both raised in the church. Elena was not only a dear friend to me, but practically my sister.
ねえねえお姉ちゃん、朝ごはんの後、本を読んでくれる？
私も聞きたい。読んで。
Of course. I've already finished everything I needed to take care of this morning.
やった
皆さん、今は食事中ですよ。もう少し静かにいただきましょう。主への感謝を忘れずにね。
Yeah, like not screaming like hoodlums, please. The weather was nice, so I decided to bring the children out to the backyard. As time passed, the sun grew brighter and warmed up the cool air around us. Is anyone cold? Who needs a blanket?
大丈夫。
Me, I need a blanket. Alright then, let's continue where we left off. I was reading to them a, I was reading to them from a book about God and the angels. The church's teachings were delivered through stories, many of which the children enjoyed.
お姉ちゃん、今のところもう一回読んで。もう一回。
Huh? You don't want me to keep going?
うん。だって天使様ってかっこいいし。
The bright faces of the children looking up at me made me smile.
ねえねえお姉ちゃん、この教会にも天使様の伝説があるって本当？
That is true. I'm surprised you've heard of it, Laura. Long ago, an angel descended here from the heavens. It is said that the angel delivered a message to someone to build a church here.
すごい。
リリー、少し話せますか？
Is something the matter, Sister Sophia?
実はあなたにお願いしたいことがあるのです。明日の炊き出しでお菓子も一緒に配る予定だったでしょ？
Yes.
先ほど材料を確かめてみたのですが、少し足りないようで。
Oh, then let me go and buy what we need. Can we make any sort of sweets? It would be great if I could make use of the ingredients we already had on hand.
ええ、お願いします。でもごめんなさいね。せっかく子供たちの相手をしてくれていたのに、お使いを頼んでしまって。
Oh, don't worry, Sister Sophia. I'm fine. Damn, it seems like there's always a fire truck going down the main road. I'm a little ways off from the main road, but geez Louise. Who done lit their house on fire this time? The children raised here often left once they were in their 20s. For me, though, I decided to stay as an adult because I love this place. Being able to work for the church was like a blessing to me. Not to mention, your knees weren't in the best state at last I recall.
あら、分かってしまいますか？
I lived here a long time, Sister Sophia. Every winter, she walked shakily as if trying to hide the pain. Don't you worry. Please leave it all to me.
ありがとう。あなたは本当に優しい子ですね。ストラノの方々も炊き出しを心から楽しみにしてくれていると思いますよ。
Okay, looking back at that map, Strano is like a little ways off from Valenia, I think, or whatever the Laoshu territory is.
あなたのお菓子はいつも評判が良いですから。
Well then, I suppose that means I need to do my best. Making other people happy makes me happy too. Now then, I close the book and look at the children. I'll need to take care of something, so could we continue the story later?
残念だけど仕方ないよね。
お姉ちゃんいいな。お出かけできて。僕も外で遊びたい。
あら、遊びに行くわけではありませんよ。教会の外には危険もありますからね。
Yes, and even if you do step outside, always stay within Arca, okay? Don't go into Veleno, and avoid going into Strano too. The church was located in the Arca district, the safest area in the town. On the other hand, Veleno and Strano were dangerous, even for adults.
ねえねえ、もし街でマフィアと会ったらどうすればいいの？
目を合わせないようにするとか？
いいえ、きちんと挨拶なさい。特にファルツォーネは古くから礼儀と信仰を重んじる方々ですからね。では、みんなで彼女を見送りましょう。それから本の続きは私が。
気をつけてね。
Hmm? I'll be off then.
ボンジョルノリリー、元気かい？
Buongiorno to you too. I'm doing well. The weather is looking fine today, isn't it?
朝からあんたに会えるとは幸運だ。わしらもいい一日を過ごせそうだよ。
Grazie, signor. Are you two coming in for the service today?
そうだよ。毎日お祈りに来るのが習慣になってしまっているからね。
あんたはどこか出かけるのかい？
Oh, I'm going shopping to buy some ingredients for sweets.
そりゃ楽しみだ。あんたのお菓子はわしらも大好物じゃからな。
I'm glad to hear it. The Berlone Church bakes sweets to sell and also to give out to those in need.
教会で育ったあんたが大人になった今、教会を支える一人になって、そんな風に生まれ育った場所を大切にできるのは素敵なことだね。
Really?
最近の若い者はすぐにふるさとを捨てていってしまうからの。
Yes. Lately, many young women have been leaving Berlone for other places. Last month, my friend Viola left, and this month it was Eliza. Both of them came to the church to tell us of their departure.
みんな都会に憧れがあるのかね。
お、そうだ。アルカを出るならよく気をつけるんだよ。
ベレーノの方には一人で行かないようにね。いいかい？
I was just saying something similar to the children at church.
おや、そうかい？
Thank you for your kind consideration. For today, I'm just going to the store around the corner, so I'll be back right away. Well, I'll be going now. Goodbye.
ああ、行っておいで。
I bowed my head to them and waved as I left the church grounds. Taking a shortcut to the store, I passed in front of the casino area. At night, this place was lively and bright, but it was so empty in broad daylight. Berlone is known for its beautiful beach and casino, both of which bring tourists to the area. As long as they don't step out of the Arca district, it's generally safe for them too. The casino, the church, and the police station were all in this district. I walked through the streets with the warm afternoon sun on my shoulders. As Arca was home to the police station, the district court, the hospital, and other such facilities, its citizens felt at ease. Now then, I held up the purchases I just made and began to ponder over their contents. With the flour and lemons, I could whip up a torta al limon. I prefer using tart lemon cream with a sprinkle of herbs, but cream doesn't last very long, so it's not the best option. If the sweets are going to be provisioned, then perhaps baked sweets would work better. As I thought about what to make, I came across a couple young girls talking.
ねえ、見て、あそこ。うわあ、あの人かっこいい。
Kakui! That is handsome, right? Huh? I turned my head toward the bar across the street. Of course, there's our boy. Y'all probably couldn't hear me in the initial playthrough, but I could not, like, I almost, for some fucking reason, I could not distinguish that this was Nicola without the hat. Without the fedora or whatever. Damn, she's stupid. Immediately, my eyes focused on a man seemingly under a spotlight. But I do like that they gave detail to the dude behind him too. Like, he's not a faceless body there, you know. I've seen him before. He comes to mass with Signor Falzone every so often. I gotta distinguish between Signor and Signor. I don't know. I'm probably gonna pronounce it like Signor, like in Spanish. I don't know his name, but he must be a member of the Falzone family. Indeed, he is. Huh? Is he looking at me? Yes, he is. I felt like I was going through the same event as this morning. Cause you keep staring at these dudes, girl. What the hell's your problem? As my mind drifted, it often thought. He winked at me as if he were playing with me. What? What is he? Some kind of womanizer? Why, yes, we found out the hard way. He is. My instincts told me that this way of behaving must come so naturally to him. But not knowing how to handle it made it difficult for me to hide my scarlet cheeks. Ah! The lemons in my bag fell out and rolled around my feet. I'm sorry. I must have been daydreaming. And this one is clearly in denial. I'm gonna be so happy when he fucking says it. Calderoni. Okay.
ちょっと待てロピー。今のはお前からぶつかっただろう。リリーは悪かねえよ。謝れ。
繰り返しますが、俺はロベルトです。変な愛称で呼ばないでください。
お前な。
I'm fine. Thank you, Marco. I tugged on Marco's sleeve and smiled. I wasn't looking where I was going. I'm so sorry, Roberto.
たく、いい子だな、本当に。感謝しろよ、ロピー。
Marco and Roberto, I'm about to call him Robbie. Marco and Roberto worked as detectives in Berlone. Marco was born here. I heard that he used to help the church out every time there was trouble. Roberto was recently assigned here. He still seemed tense, possibly because he wasn't yet accustomed to the environment. Girl, no, it's because he likes you. And... nothing. He didn't seem to like me. Girl, that's such a lie. It's a lie. He didn't seem to like me. That's been the case ever since the day we met. I hurriedly looked away from him and bent down to pick up the lemons. It was then I noticed a well-polished leather shoe appear in my eye line.
はい、どうぞ。
The person at the bar was standing in front of me. He gently wiped away the dirt on the lemons with his fingertips and handed them to me. Grazie, signor.
Nicola Francesca!
Nicola Francesca! His loud voice stopped passers-by, making them turn their heads. But the moment they saw who was involved, they continued on their way.
マフィアの分際でよくもこの通りに顔を出せたものだな。
僕がどこで何をしていようと君には関係ないと思うけど。
舐めているのか。ここは書の目と鼻の先だぞ。
だから僕はそこでコーヒーを飲んでいただけ。それだけで僕を捕まえる理由になるとでも。 あのバールのエスプレッソは絶品でね。たまにどうしても立ち寄りたくなるんだ。
Speaking of things you can't resist, but let's move on. Marco looked around a bit, then mumbled something to Roberto.
それくらいにしとけ、ロッピ
ー。マルコ。
いつも言ってんだろ。そろそろこの町のルールを覚えたらどうだ。お前はブルローネの警察なんだぞ。他のどこでもないこの町の。
分かっていますとも。このブルローネはマフィアの支配を公然と受け入れている。
Roberto raised his voice even louder.
彼らに正義などないと知りながら市民の誰もが奴隷のように従属している。こんな状況認められるものか。治外法権。犯罪者は正義の名のもとに等しく罰せられるべきだ。
I'm rolling my eyes so fucking hard. You can practically see my brain.
随分と正義感の強い刑事さんだね。
笑っていられるのも今のうちだ。現政権はマフィア排斥に力を入れている。いつまでも思い通りになると思うな。
お前な、分かってんのか。相手がニコラだから笑って流してくれてんだぞ。そうじゃなけりゃお前は明日にでもアドリア海の魚の餌になってるだろうよ。もし相手がファルツオーネのカポやらラオウ州の連中だった日にゃ。
聞き飽きましたよ、そんな話。俺は仕事に戻ります。
おいロッピー。
マルコも大変だね。
すまねえなニコラ。これでも耳にタコができるくらい言って聞かせちゃいるんだ。この町はファルツオーネの恩恵を受けてでかくなったんだって。よそで生まれ育ったあいつにはちっとばかし理解が及ばんのかもな。じゃあ俺もそろそろ署に戻る。リリー、何か困ったことがあればいつでも相談に乗るからな。まああるかでもめ事なんぞそうそう怒らねえだろうが。
Marco glanced toward Nicola and snickered quietly. The mafia families in Arca all honored an unwritten rule to not interfere with one another.
いざって時は遠慮すんなよ。
I swear, I hate the fact that I can't get rid of those notifications for the friends on the Switch. Really annoying. Yes, thank you, Marco.
お前とも長い付き合いだからな。それに女子供には優しくするのが俺の流儀さ。
Marco turned back and waved a hand. I saw him off with a smile.
それにしてもたくさん買ったね。
Bruh, don't look at my fucking bag. Huh? Oh! Nicola lifted the bag I was holding right from my arm.
教会まで送るよ。
Yeah, last time I declined. This time I'll thank him. Thank you very much, Signor Francesca.
どういたしまして。ところで僕は君に名乗ったことあったかな。
Well, we had Robbie to thank. Nicola Francesca. Exactly. No, but I heard Roberto address you when you were by the coffee shop. Was I mistaken?
いや、合っているよ。
His smile is so bright and endearing. He picked up the lemons I dropped without a second thought and is carrying them for me now.
どうかした？
No, nothing. I think here should be fine. Thank you for your generosity, Senor. It has been a great help to me.
役に立てたならよかった。君のその笑顔が何よりの報酬だよ。じゃあ、気をつけてね。
Huh? What does he mean by that? Well, we know right now, so. Yeah, sure, Liliana. That's what he meant. That's exactly what he meant. I guess he means for me to watch my step next time. Still, I felt something odd about his words as he silently walked away. It's almost time for dinner, so I better help Elena. Oh my gosh, what the hell's going on? It's like every day there's a police siren going on. Jeez Louise. Or whatever, emergency siren. I felt uneasy, but I forced myself to focus and headed inside with the groceries in hand. It's almost time for me to close the doors to the church. Nightfall had come, and I made my way down to the aisle as usual. The doors to the church were open during the day for parishioners to visit. Who the hell is that? That's not some rando. I guess it's Nicola, but I'm not sure. I don't know, y'all. As I was about to lock the bolt on the door, I sensed someone passing by. Did someone go into the backyard? Maybe I'm just seeing things. I should hurry back. I locked the doors and headed to the other end of the monastery. It's so dark outside. I returned to my room and began to get dressed for bed. It was then I looked into the mirror and caught my reflection. Babiz. I saw the birthmark on my chest. I thought it would go away as I grew older, but it's still here. I felt a sadness come over me, but I shook it off and continued changing. I knelt next to my bed and clasped my hands together to say my prayers. What should I pray for? Yeah, let's give thanks for the day. I thank you, God in heaven, for watching over us today. A prayer of thanks for the day. It was a blessing in itself that I was actually alive here now. If I had simply roamed the streets as an orphan, who knows what would have happened. The church raised me to be the person I am today. Dear God, please grant me the strength to help others one day. Good night. I wrapped myself in my... Is this repeat? Well, we know their names now. Lan and Ray or something like that. Okay, maybe I don't know them completely, but I know the girl is Lan.
だってヤンが帰ってきて嬉しいんだもん。
黙れ。
ひどい。
ガキはもう寝ろ。くだらんおしゃべりに付き合う気はない。
じゃあ報告はどうしたらいい？明日の朝にする？
言ってみろ。
例のブツについて調べてみたよ。ヤンの読み通りあちこちに広がってるね。
Goodies.
そうそう、ベレーの ノとストラノが中心だけど、それ以外にもゆっくり浸透してる感じよ。
So what the hell are they talking about?
では噂になるのも早いか。
多分ね。で、どうするのヤン。
放っておけ。今はまだ無視しろ。面白くなる頃合いまで泳がせて、それから決める。
やんらしいね。
風向きが変わろうとしている。
There were the three organizations, each vying for a place, so there was no real balance of power.
崩すのはたやすい。何より積み上げるより手間がない。ファルツォーネとビスコンティは独自と分かっていても食らう以外の選択肢がない。ようやく楽しい遊びが始まるか。しかし何かと面倒な男だな、あの芸家は。
So they're talking about Bishop Roseberg, I think. He, or Yang, I guess. Okay, now I can say it. I wrapped myself in my soft blanket and soon drifted off to sleep. Day 2. That was a good night's sleep. I woke up stretching a bit as I got out of bed. As usual, I opened the window and breathed in deeply. After changing my clothes, I headed to the refectory. I finished my morning meal so I could get to the church early. I need to finish my work without getting in the way of everyone's prayers. Inside the church, in sections along the walls, were rows of votive candles. Visitors came in with devotions in mind, or offered prayers on behalf of others. Donations were given in exchange for lighting these candles. The money was used to replenish them, and collecting these donations was a part of my job. Jean bumped into a visitor as he ran to greet me. I'm so sorry, Signor. He's a member of the Falzone family. His cold appearance instantly sobered me, but then he began to laugh.
いや、気にしないでくれ。子供が元気なのはいいことだ。
I'm still very sorry about that. Thank you very much, Signor. John, please apologize.
はーい。ごめんなさい、おじちゃん。
ああ、今度から気をつけろよ。
The man nodded once, then walked away. John, let's play outside, okay? Whew! I let Jean out of church and took in a deep breath of fresh air.
ねえお姉ちゃん、さっきのおじさん、いい人だったね。
You had me scared there, Jean. Screw that. He's a nice person, but it's hard to vouch for his character when he's a part of the mafia. I wondered whether I should say so, but in the end, I decided to keep that part to myself. John, that person earlier was a part of the Falzone family.
じゃあ、マフィア？
Yes, in a way. It just so happens that he was a nice person, but there are others who are a lot scarier. So please be careful next time.
うん、わかった。
So why were you at church? Were you looking for me?
エレナお姉ちゃんが探してたんだよ。炊き出しの準備のことで相談があるって。
Really? Thank you for letting me know, Jean. Elena's in the kitchen, right? I'll go there after I'm done with my duties.
わかった。伝えておくね。
Hey! You're running again. I sighed but couldn't help but smile as I watched John running to the monastery. As I turned around to go back inside the church, I bumped right into a young man who was hurrying through the doorway. I'm sorry. His hood shifted a bit to reveal his pale hair and beautiful eyes. Huh? His eyes are different colors.
怪我はない?
Yes, thank you for catching me.
今のは俺のせいだから。
Oh, shit. I hate when I cut them off. No, I should have been more careful when I turned around. This is so embarrassing. To think that I was just reprimanding Jean earlier for the same thing. In any case, thank you very much.
なら、よかった。自力で立てますか?
Yes. He waited for me to regain my balance, then gradually loosened his hold. He then drew the hood deep over his face, as if to hide his eyes. After a respectful bow, he turned around and walked away. I forgot to ask his name. Maybe I can ask him next time. It's not often that I get to have a conversation with someone around my age. He quickly walked away as I wondered when we might meet up again. I'm wondering what was he doing in the church. Well, he does have a rosary. He could be offering his prayers and stuff. So, By afternoon, the sisters departed the church with supplies in tow to prepare for the provisioning. Elena and I followed the sisters with even more in hand. Elena, are you all right? You don't look so good.
そう?私、いつもと違う?
You just seem a bit under the weather.
すごいわね。うまく隠しているつもりだったんだけど。昔からリリーって私のことなら何でもお見通しなのよね。
Well, we were raised together after all. Together, excuse me.
そうよね。私たちは家族だもの。あ、でも具合が悪いわけじゃないのよ。ただ少し緊張しているだけなの。
Elena, she forced a smile. Well, keep in mind, y'all, I do want to stay on Nicola's route, but I'm wondering if this makes a difference. I don't... Just keep smiling. Your smile is all that matters, Elena. As long as you keep smiling, the people of Strano will be able to smile with you too.
そうかしら。
Elena looked... Oh my god. Elena looked worried, so I responded to her with confidence. Why, yes, your smile is contagious. This is a cute answer, though. She's blushing too. Elena was a dear friend. Her smile and her gentle kindness have saved me countless times.
ありがとう、リリー。
Aw, you're welcome.
おかげで少し落ち着いてきたわ。できるだけいつも通り笑えるように頑張ってみる。それに、あなたが隣にいてくれると思うと それだけで安心できるのよね。
Aw. Really? I'm just happy to help you in some small way, Elena.
少しどころじゃないわ。ものすごくよ。ものすごーく。
This was a sweet answer. I broke into a smile myself, seeing Eleanor do her best to praise me. Come on now. Come on, that was cute. I thought it was going to be like a placating answer, but it was nice. We were going to a store in Creta to pick up some supplies before heading into Strano. As we walked through the busy streets, Elena suddenly pointed her finger.
ねえ、あれって。
Huh? She was pointing to... I kind of like his theme too. Gilbert Redford? With a smirk on his face, he sauntered boldly down the street. He was likely just as famous as Berlone as Dante, excuse me, goddamn, as Dante Falzone.
あらまあ、ギル。今日もわざわざ来てくれたのかい？
みんなの顔を見ねえことには一日が始まらねえからな。中でもニーナの笑顔は最高だ。今日も街の男たちを骨抜きにしてんだろ。
お上手だね、ギルは。あんたみたいな色男に言われちゃ悪い気はしないよ。
よーギル、寄ってかないか？上等のアマレットが手に入ったんだ。
In the first playthrough, I said, I called Alizé Amaretto. That's how you know I haven't touched the stuff. Like, I just heard it in rap songs. But Alizé is vodka, it's not Amaretto. Amaretto is Di Serono. Oh, y'all remember them commercials from Di Serono? Di Serono on the rocks. God, those were annoying.
アマレット、いいじゃねえか、アントニオ。
あんた、昼間っからギルを飲みに誘うのかい？ギルはあんたと違って忙しいんだよ。なんたってビスコンティのボスなんだから。
Wow. Again, weird. Who talks like that? Who puts people's business out like that? Hey, he's busy. Don't you know he's the Visconti boss? Don't you know he probably killed like 11 people already? Like, come on now, Nina. A man standing next to Gilbert intervened with a stern voice.
ギルバート、まさか忘れてはいないと思うが、今日はすべきことが山積みだ。寄り道をする余裕はない。
だそうだ。また誘ってくれよ。次は必ず開けておくぜ。
そうかい？楽しみにしてるよ。
He's really approachable. It was hard to imagine who he really was from simply observing his usual demeanor. Pretty much like that from the time we spent with him. He pretty much is like that. No wonder everyone likes him. He had power, but he didn't abuse it. He was also very handsome. He turned to us.
よー、シスター。
こんにちは、シニョーレ・レッドボード。
His smile was full of goodwill. No one could ever guess that he was the boss of a criminal organization.
これから炊き出しか？いつもご苦労だな。
これも私たち神に仕える者の大切な行いですわ。誠心誠意努めてまいります。
気をつけてな。俺も用を済ませたら顔を出す。
お気遣いに感謝します。
Elena mumbled to me after watching them leave.
ちょっとびっくりしたわね。街中でばったりマフィアの人に会うとやっぱりドキドキしちゃうわ。
I know how you feel. But for some odd reason, that's my saying, I'm sorry. But for some reason, I didn't feel frightened seeing him. Signor Redford is a very pious person, regardless of his stature. He always came to church every Friday evening. I suppose that's his way of trying to avoid running into Dante Falzone. There was only one church in this town. Even if they were on different sides, the God they believed in was the same. Excuse me. Which is why they would naturally go to the same location. We arrived into Strano and prepared for the provisioning. This was made possible by the financial support from the Falzone and the Visconti families. Let's see, today it's Zuppa di Faro and Pani di Altamura, or Pan, excuse me, di Altamura. Oh, and one torta al limon per person.
これから炊き出しを始めます。皆さん、一列に並んでください。
Hearing the sisters' voice, the people around us rushed forward.
今日もすごい人ね。
Let's do our best.
いつもありがとうな、ジョーちゃん。世話になってばかりで申し訳ねえ。教会の人たちが来てくれなかったら、俺たちは飢え死にしちまうよ。
We're in this together. We're in this together. So please feel free to rely on us.
たく、ありがてえな。あんたら、命の恩人だよ。
I silently offered a prayer for the downtrodden people of Strano as I handed out their meals. May God's blessing be upon all the people here. The provisioning went on, and by dusk we were finished with our duties. Achoo! No wonder. It's no wonder I sneezed. I forgot my shawl.
ストラノに引き返すの？だったら私も一緒に。
Oh, don't worry. You go on ahead. I'll be right back. There it is. I breathed a sigh of relief when I left my favorite shawl still where I... What? I read that wrong. I breathed a sigh of relief when I saw my favorite shawl still where I left it. I need to hurry back so I can get to Arca before the sun sets. Almost there, finally. That voice. I felt a wave of dread come over me. I have a bad feeling about this. I stopped my feet in front of a narrow alleyway. The alleys in Berlone weren't particularly safe. They're out of sight of the main streets, but I think down there. I have to see what's going on. Maybe I was just hearing things. I walked into the alley carefully to confirm what was causing my anxiety. That voice, it's Elena! Damn, why you did my girl like that?
バカ、本当に刺しちまうやつがあるか。この女が悪いんだよ。急に暴れるから。
What are you doing to her? I screamed in sorrow as I ran toward them. Get away from her! Elena!
うるせえって言ってんだろ。
Ah! I'm not screaming, y'all. I probably done blew out your eardrums from the earlier playthrough. He pushed me to the ground. As I tried to get up, I saw a familiar young man in front of me. Where did he come from?
なんだ？お前、こいつらの知り合いか？
The thug brandished his knife. Huh? It's as if he suddenly disappeared. The young man crouched, then charged at the thug. Yikes. He kicked the thug as swiftly as if he were quacking. Oh my god, let me read that line over. He kicked the thug as swiftly as if he were cracking a whip. I said quacking a whip. The thug was blown back toward his partner. Without even flinching, the young man picked up Elena and carried her in his arms. He then turned his head toward me, or to me. Yes, I think. He then abruptly picked me up in his other arm. Like, what the fuck? What? Though his arms looked thin, he seemed to carry us easily as he quickly made his way down the alley. Y'all, I can read, I promise.
なんだあのガキ。なんだこれ。ロザリオ？おい、マジかよ。今時こんなもん持ち歩いてるなんて。あいつら、教会の女だったのか。はあ？なんでシスター服着てねえんだよ。アルカの女に手を出したのがバレたらどうなるか。始末するしかねえな。行くぞ。行くってどこにだよ。あの女の怪我ならまず医者だろ。ああ、なるほどな。
The young man brought us to the hospital. We made it in the nick of time when Elena was so close to death. Fortunately for us, her condition had stabilized. By the time I was able to breathe a sigh of relief, the young man had vanished. I need to contact the church. It dawned on me that I hadn't contacted the sisters. After all, I was worried sick about Elena. I had no idea what was going to happen to her. I bet Elena was waiting for me when that mugging happened. It's all my fault. I clenched my fist and ran through the darkness of the night. Suddenly, a figure appeared in front of me.
待ってたぜ、ジョーちゃん。
You're?
やっぱりここで当たりだったな。お前には俺たちと一緒に来てもらう。断る権利はねえから、まあ、おとなしくしてくれや。反抗的な目だな。あんまり調子に乗ってると、お前の友達から先に殺すぜ。お友達を生かすも殺すもお前次第だ。俺たちと一緒に来てくれるよな。
I didn't know what they had in store for me, but it looked like I didn't have a choice. If I refused, they'd probably kill me now. Isn't there a way out of this?
よしよし、ここじゃ目立っちまうからな。そこの路地に入れ。
I headed toward the alley when...
ああ、ちょっといいかな。
ああ。
The thug turned around abruptly with a sneer in his voice. A shot was fired and the thug fell to the ground. What is... Dark red I'm about to say dark red lipstick. Dark red liquid stained the area around his body. The man with the gun smiled under the moonlight.
だから気をつけてって言ったのに。
In his hand was a smoking gun. Returning to his usual tone, he spoke.
もう大丈夫だよ、シニョリーナ。
He spoke in a soft, gentle voice, then smiled. Okay. Antipasto yet again. I couldn't move. His smile, illuminated by the moonlight, drew me in. The silence that had prevailed was broken by... He smiled gently at the man who fled in horror.
血生臭いものを見せてしまってごめんね。できるなら女性の前で銃を出すのは避けたかったんだけど。
His expression and voice were kind, but it wasn't befitting of a situation where a bloody body rolled over the ground. Nothing about him is different since I met him Nothing about him is different since the time I met him yesterday, which was why his presence brought a chill. Having been born and raised here, I've seen my share of dead bodies on occasion, but so close, right in front of me, I'd never seen a body break or even seen the vivid image of blood spurting from a wound. I couldn't even scream. The smell of blood in the air choked me, keeping me from breathing properly. I held my trembling body with both arms and looked at the person in front of me. Nicola, Francesca. I managed to speak a few words. Please save Elena. Please, Signori. Please help Elena. She might be in danger too.
Elena?
She's my friend. She's being treated at the hospital. I'm sure they'll return for her. We both saw their faces. They didn't have faces, but okay, sis. He gently patted me on the shoulders and looked straight into my eyes.
落ち着いて。
His words somehow made me go quiet, as if I'd been paralyzed.
逃げた男についてだけど、彼が逃げた先にはうちの人間が待機しているから問題ない。病院に運ばれた子がいるってことも僕たちは把握しているよ。万が一のことがないように病室には僕の方で護衛を手配した。だから安心して。
Oh. Each time I heard him speak, one more worry was lifted from me and faded away. I could feel my tension alleviating. Thank you, Signor Francesca. He looked at me again and smiled.
気取られると面倒だからね。僕は先行して様子を見に来たんだけど。君が無事でいてくれて安心した。急いで来てよかったよ。
Running down here. I looked at his smile and breathed a sigh of relief.
Yatta
ああ、仕留めた。
片付けは頼めるか。
Oh, honestly, we could have skipped this because the.
構わないが、お前はどうする？
俺は念のためアルカ地区、特に教会の周りを見回ってくるように言われている。
なるほど。さすがアンダーボスだな。抜かりない。
特に何もなさそうだな。ラオシュは別にアルカを襲撃するつもりじゃなかったってことか。
Yeah, we've seen that. I looked up at his smile and breathed a sigh of relief. I'm saved. I felt a deep sense of relief come over me. He wanted me to talk about what happened, so he brought me to the Falzone family matter in the Falci district. Everyone in Berlone knew where the Falzone family lived, but that didn't mean any normal person could step foot into their residence.
君はアルカ地区の裏通りであの男たちが君の友達を襲っている現場を目撃した。 運よく顔見知りの青年が助けに入り、君たちを病院まで連れて行った。友達の治療が終わって教会に連絡しようとしていたところで、君は男たちに見つかって、そこに僕が来たというわけだね。
Yes, exactly.
じゃあまずは君を助けた青年についての疑問を解消しておこうかな。
Do you know that person?
うん。彼はオルロックといって僕の友達なんだ。
I see. He was quite young and didn't seem like anyone in the Falzone family.
オルロックは君たちを助けた後、アルカ地区で女性が襲われたって僕に連絡をくれたんだ。だから僕は急いで部下を連れて君たちの保護に向かったというわけ。間に合って本当によかった。
If you didn't come in time, I might have been, no, I would have been killed. Thinking that I was so close to death brought a shiver down my spine. He quietly covered my shaking hands with his.
ダンテは僕たちマフィアの事情を君のような普通の市民に明かすことを好まないだろうけど、僕は君には知る権利があると思う。どうして君たちがそんな目にあったのか。
I was scared to know, but it's scarier to not know. I took a deep breath and nodded. Please tell me.
近頃、この町の若い女の子が姿を消しているのは知っている？
Yes, I heard about it from the people who visit the church. Rumor says that they left town to go out into the city.
それが実は彼女たちの意思によるものじゃなかったとしたら。
What do you mean?
ちょっと良くない話があってね。うちのファミリーでもいろいろ調べているんだけど、彼女たちは決して自ら望んでブルローネを出たわけじゃない。若い女性、中でも身寄りのない子を選んで誘拐している奴らがいる。
Abducted? Who would do such a thing?
ラオシュ。彼女たちはその被害者だ。まだ憶測に過ぎないけど、誘拐された子たちはおそらく国外に売られたんだと思う。その先で何を強いられているかは想像に難くないね。
They were sold as slaves. I mumbled in disbelief. I can't believe such a thing is happening here. The mafia here did have their differences, but the town was generally safe enough to even welcome tourists. The mafia overseeing the districts were hidden behind the peaceful surface of the town. Or at least that's what I thought.
信じられないのも無理はないよ。僕たちもラオ州の尻尾をつかむのには時間がかかった。君たちもおそらくこの件に巻き込まれてしまったんだと思う。けどアルカでラオ州が犯行に及んだのは今夜が初めてのことなんだ。君も知っての通り、アルカは僕たちブルローネマフィアにとって犯してはならない中立地帯だ。こうなった以上、ファルツォーネは本格的にラオ州を潰しに動く。
He spoke clearly of their course of action, then looked at me with concern.
いきなり僕たちの事情に巻き込まれて、君も混乱していると思うけど、君のことも入院している友達も僕たちが必ず守ってあげる。約束するよ。
Thank you, Signor.
僕のことはニコラでいい。
But
あまりかしこまる必要はないよ。まあ怖いかもしれないけど。
That's not true. You did save our lives after all.
じゃあニコラって呼んでほしいな。親愛の証にね。
I was still a bit hesitant, but it was hard to refuse, especially with the way he presented it. Thank you, Nicola. He smiled hearing me speak his name and extended me to a surprising invitation.
今夜はこの屋敷で休んでいって、君の安全のためにもね。
Huh? Are you sure? I mean, I'm an outsider. I'm not a member of your family.
大丈夫だよ。むしろ君をこのまま教会に返した方が問題かな。それでもし君に何かあったとしたら、僕たちのメンツは丸つぶれだからね。
Nicola's expression hardened a bit as his tone became more serious.
ファルツォーネは古くからこの地の恩恵を受けて大きくなった組織だ。こういう時こそ僕たちの出番。狙われているのが神の家、教会に身を置いている女性ならなおさらね。僕たちのような立場の人間の言葉なんて信用できないかもしれないけど。
That's not true. The Falzone family has been giving constant donations to the church. Even your boss, Signor Falzone, often comes by to offer his prayers. I know that your family is all very pious and take the church's teachings to heart.
少なくともラオ州よりはずっとね。
You're right. You're so funny. I think I made that joke already. Nicola's playful comment made me chuckle. Well then, may I accept your gracious invitation?
もちろん。心から歓迎するよ、リリー。
He knows my name? How unexpected. Oh, thank you very much.
じゃあ今夜はゆっくり休んで、話はまた明日改めて。
What a wonderful room. The bed is soft and the adornments are so extravagant. The room I was led to was the most beautiful guest room I have ever seen. I changed my clothes and tucked myself into bed. The room is so fancy, maybe a bit too fancy. The room is far beyond what a normal person like me should enjoy. I hope Elena is okay. Maybe she's feeling better already. I hope she's not in too much pain. I wasn't able to call the church. I'm sure everyone is worried sick. This isn't working. I couldn't get myself to fall asleep. I'm also getting thirsty. After pondering a moment, I slowly got myself out of bed.
まだ起きていたんだ。
Nicola! My heart leapt. Hearing Nicola call to me the moment I took a peek outside my room. Youch. I didn't expect anyone here. Wait, my clothes! Not only was I embarrassed, it was rude of me to look this way in front of the person who saved me. While I regretted my actions, I tried to keep my composure. You're not going to sleep yet?
ああ、ちょっとね。君のことも気がかりだったし。
Wait, have you been here all this time? You're standing guard, aren't you? Nicola squinted a bit, then smiled at me.
君が心配だったから。
How thoughtful of you. I'm assuming this is just part of his duties, but the fact that he cared enough to stand guard told me how kind he was.
それで、君はどうしたのかな?
I'm sorry to leave the room without permission. It's just that I couldn't sleep. And I was getting a little thirsty, so...
無理もないよ。君はあんなことに巻き込まれたんだから。気が利かなくてごめんね。少し部屋で待っていてくれる？すぐ戻るから。
Oh, oops. Without waiting for my response, Nicola left down the corridor. I feel bad having to bother Nicola like this. I decided to go back inside my room, feeling sorry for having... oh my god. I decided to go back inside my room, feeling sorry for having him cater to me. Come in.
お待たせ。はい、これ。
He handed me a steaming cup of warm milk.
今夜は冷えるし、温かい飲み物の方がいいかと思って。
I took the mug from his hand and felt the warmth flowing through my fingers. Thank you, Nicola.
どういたしまして。結構暑いから気をつけてね。
Thank you. I can smell a hint of honey. It's so warm and delicately sweet.
少しは落ち着いた？
Yes, I feel warm all over now. I suppose this warm cup of milk was exactly what I needed. I was thankful that he took such care into considering what I really wanted.
じゃあ、君が眠くなるまで少しおしゃべりでもしようか。
Huh? But...
もちろん君が嫌なら遠慮するけど、僕は邪魔？
Not at all, but if you don't mind.
それはよかった。
From there, see, I'm mixing stuff up. From there, we spoke casually about all sorts of things. We spoke about the weather and our interests. We spoke about what sweets we liked, what flowers and animals we liked. And finally, Nicola ended our conversation with...
今夜のことをどう思った？
Huh? I can't answer that.
どうして？
No matter what I say about what happened, it will only make me sound weak.
弱音だといけないの？
I don't think it's constructive. Hearing an outsider like me whine about what happened today could only be a bother to you.
困らないよ、僕はね。
Nicola smiled at me. You like that?
相手のことを気遣える優しさはきっと君の長所の一つなんだろうけど。
Because he doesn't really tell us like deep vulnerable secrets about himself. So, I don't know, y'all.
吐き出すことで落ち着くものもある。
Is it?
素直になっていいんだよ、リリアーナ。
Nicola.
難しく考えないで。僕は君の話を聞きたい。君が話してくれた方が嬉しいって、それだけのことなんだから。
Thank you. His gentle eyes compelled me to slowly reveal what was deep inside my heart. It was very scary. I'm still not sure what happened. My best friend was about to be killed, then someone died in front of me. I just don't know why all of this is happening. I totally added words and fucked up that sentence. I just don't know why this is all happening. This all feels like some nightmare. Recalling the event made me shudder in fear. Nicola gently clasped my hands in his.
今夜の君はよく頑張ったね。
Why, thank you.
僕はこのファミリーで生まれ育ったから、こういう荒事にも慣れっこだけど、小さい頃は怖くて眠れない夜もあった。だから、君が抱えている不安も恐れもわかる気がする。
He spoke as if consoling a young child. I feel a bit better already. My mind that had been everywhere since the incident was coming back to earth with his words. Thank you, Nicola. Thank you for listening to me. I showed him my gratitude with a smile, and he smiled back at me. We
お
all
礼を言い
smiled.
たいのは僕の方だよ。だって僕はずっと前からリリーちゃんのことが気になっていたんだから。
Huh? Let me go back. I didn't catch this. Okay. Before I could ask what he meant by that, Nicola quickly and abruptly ended our conversation.
さあ、おしゃべりはそろそろ終わりにしようか。のんびりしていたら朝が来てしまいそうだから。
It sounds as if he's known me for some time. Maybe he just said it as a joke, or maybe he's just being polite. The men of this country do say things to flatter, but living at the church has kept me from most of those types. I'm sure he was joking. Still, that caught me off guard.
ホットミルクも空になったようだし、ちょうどいい。さあ、ベッドに入って。
I suppose. Maybe it was because I was relaxed now, but I could sleep. I could sleep the feel wash over me, but I could feel the sleep wash over me. I went back into bed, and Nicola tucked me in with a warm blanket. Nicola?
眠れるまでそばにいるよ。
Yeah, this was sleep. He has a thing for putting his hands over your eyes. Ah. The palm of his hand covered my eyes. I couldn't tell what kind of expression he had on his face, but his voice was gentle, and I heard a touch of genuine concern.
死にかけた夜に恐ろしいマフィアの家で一人眠らないとならないなんて。傷ついている女の子に対してあまりにも冷たい仕打ちだよね。
Nicola.
さあ、目を閉じて。もう眠ろう。
He firmly held my hand, and his fingers intertwined with mine. Why is he so kind to me? I'd had no parents since I was a child, so it wasn't often I was treated this way. I couldn't seem to explain my feelings. I felt warm and cozy, yet it was bittersweet. I don't want to deny the kindness that he's showing me. I felt guilty about what was happening, but I slowly drifted into slumber.
おやすみ、リリアーナ。
Good night. Soon after his kind, gentle whisper, I fell asleep. My God. Yes? Without realizing it, I answered the knock at the door as I opened my eyes. I saw an unfamiliar ceiling above my bed. Ah, that's right. I spent the night at the Falzone family's manor.
おはよう、シニョリーナ。
The voice sounded so close to me that I sprung up. Nicola, where did you...
あれ？ちゃんとノックして返事をもらったんだけど。もしかして寝ぼけていたのかな？
I'm so sorry. I haven't even dressed.
気にしないで。昨夜はよく眠れたみたいだね。よかった。
Yes.
着替えを持ってきたからここに置いておくね。
You brought this over for me?
大したものじゃないよ。じゃあ僕は外に出ているから、支度が済んだら呼んでくれる？
Yes. So thank you. I expressed my gratitude, at which Nicola smiled and headed out the room. I took a look at the clothes he brought. What a lovely dress. It's just my size. I tilted my head a bit bewildered and changed into the dress. After straightening out my appearance, I opened the door and beckoned Nicola inside. I'm sorry to keep you waiting.
ああ、思った以上によく似合うね。
I'm just flashbacking to the first ending I got. Did you really get these for me, Nicola?
どうだと思う?
His expression answered my question. So you did.
ささやかなプレゼントだと思って受け取ってくれたら嬉しいな。それよりちょうど今さっき君にお客さんが来たところなんだ。一緒に行こうか。
For me? But no one knows I'm here at the Falzone Manor. I wonder who could it be? I tilted my head, wondering who came to see me, as I was escorted out by Nicola. Nicola led me into a room adorned with the finest luxuries. Sitting at his desk was the one and only Dante Falzone. Another stood near the door. Sister Sophia!
リリー、本当に無事でよかった。
I could tell how worried Sister Sophia was by the expression on her face. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to contact you yesterday. How did you know I was here?
昨夜、シニョーレ・フランチェスカからあなたを保護したという連絡をいただきました。エレナのことも聞いています。ここに来る前、彼女が入院した病院に寄ってきました。
The hospital. So, is she okay?
まだ意識は戻っていませんでしたが、お医者様の話では容体は安定していると。
I see. Thank goodness. I was glad Sister Sophia found me. I could go back to the church. I could finally return home. However,
シニョーレ・ファルツォーネ。
Sister Sophia turned to the boss and pleaded.
お願いです。この子をしばらくあなたのお手元に置いていただけませんか?
Sister Sophia?
中立地帯であるはずのアルカ地区でこの子は襲われました。それもブルローネマフィアの人間にです。これはとても重大な事件でしょ。それだけではありません。昨夜教会の前の通りで殺人が起こりました。
I quickly looked at the others upon hearing the surprising news. Neither of them seemed surprised. They must have already known.
殺されたのは僕たちファルツォーネファミリーの人間だよ。君たちが襲われた後、念のため教会周辺の様子を見てくるように僕が指示を出した男だった。
教会のすぐそばで殺人が起きたなんて恐ろしいことです。とても。
I wanted to know who could have done it. Could it be the Lao Shu? The only ones who would dare face the Falzone would be another mafia family in Berlone. That whittled the choice down to either the Lao Shu or the Visconti. The leader of the Visconti, Gilbert Redford. He's known to be a pious person, and I see him come to the church every week to pray. I doubted someone so devout would dare commit such an act near the church.
そうだね。まだ断定はできないけど、僕もダンテも現時点ではその可能性が最も高いと思っているよ。彼らは教会近くで何か見られたら都合の悪いことを見つかって、それで殺したんじゃないかな。口を封じるためにね。
you? Could they be the ones behind what happened to me and Elena?
その可能性はある。同じ夜のことだ。全くの無関係とは考えにくい。どちらにせよ、アルカ地区でうちの人間が殺されたとあっては、俺たちも動かざるを得ない。向こうが約定を破った以上、今までは不可侵とされていた教会も無条件に安全な場所とは言えなくなるだろ
う。シスターソフィア、その殺人の件とは別にラオ州は今妙齢の女性を狙う傾向がある。あなたの教会には他にも条件を満たす子が？
いいえ、年頃の娘はエレナとリリーだけです。
ではその二人については今後ファルツォーネが責任を持って保護すると約束しよう。シスターが希望したように、そこの娘は引き続きこの屋敷にかくまう。そして病院にいる娘には護衛をつけ、24時間体制で守らせる。
容体が落ち着き次第、うちが懇意にしている市外の病院に転院してもらおうか。その方が安心だしね。
教会にも警護をつける。だが現時点で必要以上に相手を刺激するのはあまり得策ではない。大々的にはできないが、他の組織が不穏な動きを見せればすぐ対処できるように備える。できるな、ニコラ。
もちろんだよ、ダンテ。
Thank you very much, Senor. I express my gratitude and appreciation for their concern and definitive plan of action. I didn't expect that you would help us and the church this much.
それは当然の行いだ。ファミリーを、同胞を殺されたとなれば絶対に報復するのがマフィアというもの。ファルツォーネは長くこの地に根ざした組織だ。この町の平穏なしにファミリーの繁栄はない。
Their duty. I have to admit, he is quite honorable as a boss. After all, being able to take things into your own hands and act is very difficult. I guess I'm lucky that it was the Falzone who found us and is ensuring our care.
それから、
ん？
お前がこの屋敷にいる間はダンテでいい。シニョーレでは人数が多すぎる。誰のことを呼んでいるのかわからないだろう。
Oh, yes, of course. I know that Dante in agreement. If so, can you call me Lily as well?
呼ぶ機会があればな。
Is it too much to ask?
そういうわけじゃない。なんだその目は。必要に迫られれば呼ぶ。それでいいだろ
う。he doesn't want to be too familiar with her, so I suppose.
あなたたち二人が早速仲良くなれたようで安心しました。
Sister Sophia, shut the hell up. And I mean that in the most respectful way as can be, but shut the hell up.
仲良くというのか、これを。
I would have to agree with him. We both raised our brows at the same time. Sister Sophia was looking at us with a smile. Nicola? For a moment, I thought I saw Nicola frowning.
じゃあ、僕はこの子に屋敷の中を案内しておくよ。しばらくここで暮らすんだから、最低限は教えておかないとね。
頼む。
どうかよろしくお願いします、シニョーレ・フランチェスカ。
任せて。それじゃ行こうか。
Yes, thank you, Nicola. Nicola and I left the room with Dante and Sister Sophia staying behind.
僕たちが今までいたのはダンテの執務室。ファルソーネのカポが代々使っている部屋なんだ。この部屋は呼ばれでもしない限り立ち入らないようにしてほしいな。ダンテは気難しいところがあるし、立場上何かと忙しくしているからね。
Understood. I'll try not to bother him.
助かるよ。2階は構成員の資質が多いから、知らない部屋のドアはむやみに開けないでね。この廊下の端にあるのが君の部屋だよ。それは覚えた？
I understand, I think. The hallway looked very different now that the sun was up. You mean that room? I better make sure I don't forget.
後で僕の部屋も教えるよ。困りごとがあったら、いや、なくてもいつでも遊びにおいで。
Thank you, Nicola. I'm sure Nicola is saying that from the bottom of his heart, but I can't imagine myself going into a man's room alone. I suppose the only time I'd visit would be in an emergency.
ここが談話室だよ。僕たちはサロンって呼んでいる。ここで話をしたり食事をとったりする。構成員の出入りが特に激しい場所でもあるね。君の食事は、そうだな。最初のうちは部屋に運ばせるよ。君が慣れてきたらみんなで一緒に食べようか。食事は大勢でした方が楽しいよね。
But wouldn't it be a problem for me if there's that? But wouldn't it be a problem for me to be there if something important comes up?
大丈夫。僕たちだって君の前で聞かせちゃいけない話はしないよ。
Oh, that gets thrown out the window.
どうしてもそういう話をする日は君には部屋にいてもらおうかな。
Yes, of course. I would appreciate that. I let out a sigh of relief.
ところで、君、そろそろお腹が空いてくる頃じゃない？
Don't tell me you heard my stomach growl.
残念ながら聞こえなかったよ。もっと耳を澄ませておくんだった。だけど、お腹が空くのは当然だよ。もう11時なんだし。
Not when you're fasting. It is... Oh, it's what? Wait, so I woke up around 9 o'clock? I don't believe it. I usually wake up by 6 a.m. regardless.
それだけ疲れていたんだよ。空腹を感じ始めたのはいい兆候だ。きっと少しずつ体がいつもの調子を取り戻しているっていうことだからね。君、昨日の夜からホットミルク以外何も口にしていないんだから。本当ならもっと派手にグーグーお腹が鳴ってもいいくらいだよ。
Stop it, that's embarrassing.
じゃあ今からキッチンに行こうか。バルツォーネのヌッシュが待っているよ。
Ruler? There's someone else in power besides Dante? I tilted my head in curiosity as Nicola led me out of the salon. It smells so good in here. I wonder what's being prepared. I'm gonna get
ところ見つかったら俺が怒られるんだけどな。
いいからどうぞ。あなたみたいな細い子は人の倍は食べないといけません。
熱っ。うまっ。
A young man around the same age as me was nibbling on some fried bread. He turned around and... Yee!
アンダーボス。
美味しそうだね、レオ。
おはようございます、ニコラ坊ちゃん。
あ、おはよう、ジュリア。リリー、彼女はジュリア。ファルツォーネの屋敷のメイドたちを取り仕切っているんだ。 昔からずっと勤めてくれている家政婦で、僕たちはみんな彼女の世話になっているんだよ。
それじゃそのお嬢さんがニコラ坊ちゃんが昨日の夜更けに連れ込んだっていう？
人聞きが悪い。保護したんだよ、保護。
ニコラ坊ちゃんは節度のあるお方ですからね。ファルツォーネのお屋敷に女性を連れ込むような真似はしておりませんでした。外では何人の女性を泣かせているのか存じませんが。
ひどいな、ジュリアは。
Come to think of it, he did wink at me like some playboy. I wouldn't be surprised if there were a lot of girls outside waiting for him.
リリー、気のせいかな。僕について悪いイメージを膨らませていない？
Not to worry, my image of you has not changed since the day we first met.
大丈夫なのかな、それ。
Nicola tilted his head and frowned as he pondered over my response. I turned to the keeper of the place to introduce myself. Nice to meet you, Julia. My name is Liliana Ardonato, excuse me. I'm honored to stay in your lovely home. There's much that I don't know, so I hope you can bear with me during this time.
まあ、ご丁寧にありがとうございます。なかなかしっかりしたお嬢さんですね、ニコラ坊ちゃん。
なんで僕に向けて言うのかな。それよりジュリア、早速だけどこの子に何か食べるものをお願いしてもいい？
もちろんですとも。少しサロンでお待ちくださいな。
じゃあその前に何か飲み物だけでも用意しようかな。リリー、君はカフェラテかな？
Yes, that sounds lovely.
ミルク多めで砂糖も入れる？
Yes, please. Nicola smiled and began to prepare the drink. He gently poured the warm milk into the espresso. The milk foam blended beautifully with the espresso to become a masterpiece. Stop talking about coffee. I really want one, but I'm fasting, y'all, so I can't have anything. I can have coffee, but it has to just be black coffee.
Leo.
The young man that was watching us from a distance ran toward us.
はい、なんでしょう？
つまみ食いしている暇があるなら、これサロンに運んでくれる？
任せてください。一滴もこぼさずに運んでみせます。
言っておくけど、こぼさないのは普通のことだからね。当たり前だよ。
Nicola sighed with a shrug. He then looked at me and pointed to the door.
よし、サロンに戻ろうか。道は覚えている？
Yes, absolutely, I think.
じゃあテストしよう。僕は君の後に黙ってついていくから。
I'll try my best. I took a deep breath and stepped out of the kitchen with the two of them in tow. We were in the salon where I was sipping on the cafe latte that was made earlier. Julia came in with a smile on her face. It looked like the meal was ready.
お待たせしました。パンツェロッティが上がりましたよ。
Stop talking about food. They look delicious.
どうぞ、お熱いうちに。
Yeah, I ain't gonna pull up what panzerotti is. Yeah, it's just food. Because I don't want to get any inkling of wanting food right now. I'm fasting. Why, thank you. The flavor of the panzerotti could already be savored from the sight and smell alone. It's so hot, but so delicious. The flaky dough was filled with tomato sauce and mozzarella. Please. No, you're torturing me at this point.
食べながらでいいから聞いて。せっかくだからついでに紹介しておくよ。
Nicola glanced over at the young man who straightened himself up for the introduction.
彼はレオ。今後君の身の回りの世話と警護役を兼ねることになると思う。
はじめまして。俺レオ・カバニスって言います。気軽にレオって呼んでください。
Please delete you. Oh my god. Please to meet you too, Leo. My name is Liliana Ardonato. You can call me Lily.
はい。あなたの事情は聞いてます。今回は災難でしたね。まだいろいろ不安なこともあると思いますけど、俺頑張りますから。よろしくお願いします。
Thank you, Leo. And the same to you as well.
はい。
できるなら僕がずっと君のそばにいてあげたいんだけど。僕も仕事があるし、いつも一緒ってわけにはいかないからね。
I understand. So what are your duties? I stopped myself from finishing that question. Leo called Nicola underboss earlier. The underboss was second in command to the boss. Nicola? The underboss? I didn't know you were. Come to think of it, he was speaking quite casually to Dante, the family boss. He also appeared to have men working under him, so I knew he wasn't too subordinate, but he was the second in command to Berlone's largest family?
そんな風に見えないってよく言われる。僕はダンテのいとこでパルツォーネの分家筋なんだ。パルツォーネは血縁を重んじる組織だからね。まあ、お飾りのアンダーボスだよ。
I responded to Nicola. You are very... Yeah, we gotta do it, y'all. Well, you are very kind. I wouldn't have expected you to be the underboss.
そうだね。僕は優しいから。
And I... Leo, you don't look well.
いや、なんでもない。全然なんでもないです。
Leo probably want to say, girl, let me tell you.
ともかく、僕の立場のことは君はあんまり気にしないでいいからね。今までと同じように普通に接してほしいな。僕もそうするし。
That is probably how he really wants you to do things. Normally. Has your attitude toward me so far been normal to you, Nicola?
僕、何かおかしなことです
Yeah.
か?
Where did that question come from? Oh wait, he said normally. He said normal. Hold on, we can go back. I'd appreciate if you approach me as you normally do. Okay, I didn't catch that either. Not at all, but you're a very thoughtful person, aren't you?
ええ、世話焼きですよ。
Julia casually agreed with me in Nicola's place.
小さい頃からダンテ坊ちゃんの面倒をまるで実の兄のように海外しく見ていましたから。今もその癖が抜けないんでしょう。
Oh, I see.
ダンテ坊ちゃんとニコラ坊ちゃんは本当に仲がいいですからね。ニコラ坊ちゃんは分家のお屋敷も相続していますけど、今でもほとんどこちらで寝起きしていらっしゃいますし、5年前のあの時なんてダンテ坊ちゃん以上にニコラ坊ちゃんが動揺していたくらいで。
5年前って言うと、あ、先代のカポが殺された時の。
Julia nodded with a sad look on her face. Killed. The newspaper article said that the previous Falzone boss died from illness. Odd, considering he was doing fairly well. Maybe he was assassinated. I recall people around town speaking of such in a manner. I thought those were merely rumors. Julia?
なんです?
Was Dante alright back then? His father's passing sounds terrible.
ダンテ坊ちゃんは旦那様とあまり仲がよろしくありませんでしたからね。特に坊ちゃんが大きくなってからはお互いの立場から一線を引いた態度をとっておられましたし。
I see.
あの日はちょうどニコラ坊ちゃんが留守にしていた晩でしてね。その時はニコラ坊ちゃんなりに責任を感じておられたんでしょうね。その後しばらくの間、坊ちゃんがらしくもない失敗を繰り返していたのを覚えていますよ。
ジュリア、その辺にしておいてよ。それ、ファミリー以外の、ましてや女の子に聞かせるような話じゃないと思うよ。
そんなことがあったとはな。いや、俺もそんな昔の話もうやめた方がいいと思う。締めっぽくなっちゃうしさ。それより食べる方に集中してくださいよ。パンテロッティは熱いうちに食べるのが最高なんですから。
You're right. I better enjoy my drink while it's hot too. Don't want to waste Nicola's masterpiece.
そうしてもらえると助かるよ。それと言うまでもないと思うけど。
I haven't heard anything here. I'll keep everything to myself.
お願いするよ。
It's beautiful. After the meal, Nicola brought me to the garden outside. Oh my, what a place. It's incredible. The carefully tended trees and bushes were lined up beautifully.
君は保護されるわけだから、しばらく屋敷の外に出られなくなってしまう。窮屈に感じることもあるだろうけど、そんな時はここで僕とおしゃべりしよう。外の空気に触れているだけでも少しは気持ちが和らぐはずだよ。
Thank you very much, Nicola.
そんなに気に入ってくれた？
I mean, I was referring to everything you've done for me. You saved my life, and I can't thank you enough for it. You even saved Elena, and let me meet with Sister Sophia too. Sister Sophia is like a mother to me. You can't imagine how happy I was. Meeting her eased my tension and brought a much-needed peace to my mind.
親代わりか。そういえば君は両親を失って教会に保護された身の上だったね。
How did you know?
ごめんね、調べた。君たちがどうしてラオ州に襲われたのか、その手がかりになるかもと思って。残念ながら特に何も出てこなかったけど。
I see. Nicola tried to find words to say to me as he looked around the beautiful garden.
僕もダンテと同じで親との関係がいいとは言えない家庭で育ったからね。いろんなしがらみがありすぎて正直なところ窮屈だったし。
This shit's really crazy when you see it full circle.
望む望まないに関係なく親とは疎遠だった。だからうまく言えないけど君の生まれを知って少し君のことを近くに感じたんだ。こんなこと言うと迷惑かな。
No, not at all. His concern brought warmth to my heart. Maybe that's why I felt much closer to Nicola now than before. Thank you. We both looked at each other and smiled. A breeze passed through us, lifting the pleasant fragrance of flowers into the air. Okay, same. First course. A few days passed in the Falzone manor. Though they treated me as a special guest, it made me feel a bit uneasy, so.
今日の昼飯もうまそうだな。これ、リリーが作ったんですか？
I asked if I could help, so now I was assisting with the daily chores. So, okay, folks, I think this is well beyond the bad audio portion. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to skip. Alright. You don't have to force yourself. Well, you don't have to force yourself. I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't hungry if he hasn't had much sleep.
じゃあやめておくよ。
Boo! You shouldn't have asked. Oh.
また今度機会があればぜひ食べてみたいな。
Okay.
ドルチェ以外の君の料理にも興味があるからね。
Okay. Thank you. Then let me get your dolce ready. Ugh. Yeah, no, we'll keep quiet. I better keep quiet for now. Or, I better be quiet for now. I just might rile Roberto up even more. Not only that, but I'm sure it isn't a good idea to disclose to him why I'm here. As I pondered over what to do, Roberto spoke up with an odd conviction.
やはり彼女も解放されたがっているようだな。
This was a bad idea.
ただの沈黙を随分自分のいいように解釈するんだね。彼女は僕の大切な友人なんだ。少しでも一緒の時間を過ごしたくて屋敷に滞在してもらっている。
So now I got downgraded to close friend.
どういう意味だそれは。
言葉の通りだよ。好きに解釈してくれて構わない。
Okay.
覚えておくといい。リリーを傷つけるのは僕が許さない。君の正義を押し付けるな。
貴様。
A little. There's no way I can condone criminal activities. No matter who it is, breaking the law to bring misfortune to others is wrong. I know what I'm saying is idealistic. It would be better if he can look for an option that won't bring harm onto others.
そう。優しいんだね、君は。
I think I'm gonna just destroy this relationship.
夢を見るのも大切なことだよ。何も考えないよりずっといい。他に何か気になることは？
Oh, so I did not go through this. Anything else? I suppose seeing it in person took me by surprise. I never seen you like that before.
規律は大切だからね。末端のほころびはいずれ組織を崩壊させる。
So, we're bad bitches and we're not scared. How you like that? We're both human, so I'm not scared.
勇敢なんだね、君は。
Well, we're gonna adhere to that. You've been treating me nicely ever since I came here too.
あまり信じすぎてはいけないよ。僕は悪い人間だからね。何せ犯罪者だ。
True. He's so funny. Nicola's teasing words made me giggle.
ああ、そういえば。
Okay. Here is the crostata. Crostata. It's for you, Nicola. I baked them for you, Nicola.
本当に?
You can already detect the bullshit. Well, for you too, to be exact. I was actually baking them for Dante. Let's just read. My confession made Nicola chuckle.
そうかなってちょっと思っていたんだ。ダンテはイチゴが好きってジュリアに聞いた?
Why, yes, that's exactly it. Say, Nicola, do you mind having a bite? I began to cut the crostata into slices. I was planning on serving a slice to Dante. The rest was for everyone else here.
味見か?
So Nicola is kind to me. See, we're going on this kindness trip. Things have been fine for me. After all, Nicola's been very kind.
そりゃ、お嬢ちゃんはお気に入りだからな。あいつはああ見えてそんなに優しくないしな。
I kind of know from another life, we'll say. Really? Is my image of Nicola that different from everyone else's?
ずいぶん楽しそうにおしゃべりしているんだね。暇なの?
おっと、俺は人に会う約束があるんだった。またな、ジョーちゃん。
Just as Nicola came in, everyone quickly stood up and left. You didn't hear that, did you?
今の話って何のこと?
Oh, nothing. Nothing important. It was a bit embarrassing to talk about, so I tried my best to avoid the topic.
せっかくこうして会えたんだし、ちょっとだけおしゃべりしようか。時間はある?
So I remember this. He seemed more grateful that I was talking about rules. But this one, he's just like, okay, you want to go talk elsewhere? I'm glad you were both safe. I couldn't help but sigh with relief. Then he continued his story.
その後、彼らは僕たちを無傷で家に帰してくれたよ。そして彼らには二度とブルローネに近づかないことを誓ってもらった。
That's it?
うん。今思えば、これはかなり寛大で例外的な処置だったと思うよ。もちろん、十分に脅しつけたみたいだけど。
I didn't know you both went through something like that.
次期当主を誘拐されたなんて、ファルツォーネの沽券に関わる話だから。間違っても公にならないように先代が手を回したんだと思うよ。
Sorry, y'all, I'm adjusting my mic. I'm gonna adjust my body. Nicola closed his eyes and after a few quiet seconds continued.
誘拐された少し後。
Okay, this makes me so want to roll my eyes, but we're gonna have to stop it. Stop, Nicola, please! Please stop already. Please let him go. I pleaded with Nicola to try and stop him, grabbing his arm. But then, oh, please don't hit her.
リリー、それ以上は。
Leo grabbed me from behind and pulled me away from Nicola. Nicola! What about his family? They'll be devastated if he dies. And if the Laoshu are involved, his family is going to be in danger too. Oh, see, yeah. Yang the type, he won't honor shit, so he don't pull through. But why would this dude, the Falzone member D, whatever his name is, I guess that was his name, the rando, why would the rando try to kill her? I thought the Laoshu was supposed to secure her and bring her to the Laoshu, so that doesn't make sense. Please, you have to help. What I was saying probably didn't make any sense to Nicola. Girl, it don't make sense to me, but whatever. But I kept on pleading.
殺されかけたのは君なのに、そんなに彼を助けてあげたい?
Yes. Ugh. Yes. So please.
そこまで言うなら仕方ない。
A little.
僕も譲歩せざるを得ないね。
He's still gonna cut his ear off. Yep. Nicola grinned and slowly tapped the belly of the knife against the man's ear. Nicola? Oh my god. With the bloodstained I can't even talk. With the bloodstained knife, Nicola sliced off the man's ear. It's no. Something's telling me this is a bad. I'll do it, but God. Nicola, what are you doing? I tried to escape from his hold by jerking him. No, whoa. Okay, I tried to escape from his hold by jerking from side to side.
急じゃないよ。ずっと考えていたことだから。
There's no use keeping me hostage.
それを決めるのは君じゃない。ダンテだよ。
Moving around gave me leeway in his grasp. I quickly escaped and ran to Dante.
残念だ。
Oh no, he shot me. Oh, why would you shoot me? Why am I? Because he shot you. Don't ask no dumb question. Why am I on the ground? Was I shot from behind? My mind was starting to fade. I heard someone arguing loudly, but I couldn't seem to grasp what was happening. Soon my mind and senses fell into an eternal slumber. Oh my god, he actually shot. That's what I was worried about. That's what I figured. God damn it. Okay, we'll end there for this playthrough. That was horrible. Oh, okay. Oh, this is like, I guess, their form of flow chart. So, Insipido and Digestivo is the bad ending. What the hell does Insipido mean? I don't know. But, oh, this is nice. So, I can just select the chapter and continue on. So, folks. Shit. You done bust the captain, Lily. Damn, he's cold. So with that being said, folks, thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate you stopping on by. We will go ahead and we'll pick it up from chapter 3 and we will not get shot. So yeah, folks. MidMorningSol signing off. Y'all know my philosophy on this YouTube shit. View what you wanna, do what you wanna, and I'll see you lovely lads and lassies in the next episode. So until then, my friends, take care, take it easy, and peace.